Hey, mama. Yeah, I'm still just sitting here. Um, Being as though I ain't got nothing but time on my hands right now, and as you know, I got my thing going on with rambling aimlessly from the mind, where I'm on real talk, expressing what's on my mind and what I'm feeling in my heart. And right now, mama, I was going to just straight post it on YouTube, but I said, nah, let me go ahead and post something on here. And if my mama want to share it with, some other people, or she want to post it, if she can, because it's going to be a little long. I'm going to try to make it as short as possible. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try to say it as quick as I can. If need be, I can make another video and I can just go straight into talking about it and not say the stuff that I said before I began talking about what I was going to talk about. But anyway, it's pretty much about the effects of the mind. The same as rambling aimlessly from the mind. So I'm going to start out first by saying, dealing with different personalities and characteristics can be very complex and confusing, because the more you try to understand and figure out the motive of action, you find yourself dealing with a switching case of about face that will cut you like a razor if your eyes just blinks for a second to contemplate on who and what you are dealing with or up against. You don't know the dangers, and you sometimes can't see them if you tried your hardest. And if it was right in your face, you still couldn't see it. Why? Because it is invisible to the eye by hideous distractions that attracts your attention, and it's so alluring that you don't even realize or recognize yourself aiding, assisting foes with the covering of the blindfold that is used to block the view of seeing the unseen as well as the unspoken. You have to know how to untangle those tight knots and see through the hideous facades that gives a person many faces, that is used for the adjustable adaptation in many places for numerous cases. Now, take for instance, the faces of death are the innocent, jolly, and happy faces that are least expected or suspected, and labeled and capable of the dangers that lurks the world today in our communities, in the prison systems, in the schools and colleges, within our jobs, and even in our own churches, temples, convents, and households. When we are approached, visited, greeted, or helped by foes and those who envy you without no meaningful reason why, even don't acknowledge the anger, jealousy, animosity, hatred, or misery we are overwhelmed and charmed by. The best first impressions that are so good with deceit that is unable to see the insanity in session of waiting to give a deserving lesson. That trickery of the mind has malfunctioned through a delusional belief that has programmed the physical being to react to through uncontrollable reason. So when information of any kind is programmed into the mind, whether it's good or bad, right or wrong, the body is given alert and duties that they react to in many different ways, because the mind is the essential cause of all function through. Hold on for a second, mama. Because the mind is the essential cause of all function through the body. The brain sends alerting messages throughout the entire body, and they all respond with an individual reaction. The mind controls the body, so if... Yeah, I see it. Oh, you want to get in there? Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm having a few delays. Hey, let them know you can get in. Can you get in? Cause okay. Okay. I'm back. You know, the mind controls the body. So if anyone finds the way to control your mind, then they can control you and dictate your actions. And never think it can't never be done, because we all have vices, which are weaknesses that makes us vulnerable to a degree. And we all also have things that we take interest in and like to do for fun, enjoyment, excitement, pleasure, and adventure. And we are also all attracted to the opposite sex. We love to club, hang out, and get a little high and drunk sometimes.
Can you pull out long enough for me to back in here real quick? Pull out and
okay.
then I'll back in.
Okay. Hold on one more second, mama. There's a lot going on. I need to pull out. Yeah, I'm back. Like I said, The mind controls the body. So if you allow anyone, or the mind controls the body, so if anyone finds the way to control your mind, then they can control you and dictate your actions. And never think that you can never be, and never think that it can never be done, because we all have vices, which are weaknesses that makes us vulnerable to a degree. And we all also have things that we take interest in and like to do for fun, enjoyment, excitement, pleasure, adventure. And we are also all attracted to the opposite sex. We love the club, hang out, get a little, high, get a little drunk, tipsy, until we are unstable sometimes and unfocused, or can't see whether we are coming or going. So the focal point of the message relayed through this food for thought is that problems are learned and developed and then absorbed through the pores of natural senses into the abyss of self, then teleported to the mind. So the change of a person's ways has to manifest in the mind of the beholder, which are us, the people, God's creation. The key to open up that third eye, which we use to see clearly that which we don't understand, is the mind. But we have to reshape through improvement and proper utilization. That is what we have to do. We got to use our mind properly, and we have to improve it so that it will work for us and not against us, help us and not hurt us. It will take time though, and all will come clear to some in due time. But that is the start, by at least acknowledging some of the effects of the mind. The mind can be so complex and intricate that we sometimes don't even understand its operations. It absorbs so much information, it retains it. And like I said, if you don't use your mind properly, someone else gain control of it, they can use it for you. And you got to be aware of that. You have to use your mind properly and for all the right reasons. Don't try to use it to manipulate, to influence people, to control people. The mind was not designed for those purposes or that reason. It is for you to use to live your life in the most righteous way possible. And every day and every minute and moment of your life, it is a thinking process. All times, not sometimes, all times. You have to always be consciously aware of what's going on in your life, around you, and even in others' life. Because just don't think that if it's not your life and it's somebody else's life, don't think that it can't affect you in some type of way. Believe that. Look at the impact and how what you do affect your kids, affect your family, affect your spouse. It affects them in hurtful, dangerous ways just as well as it do yourself. And good ways too. So with that, I'm gonna conclude. That piece was pretty much about the effects of the mind. And as anything and everything that I speak about is nothing other than the way of life. It's real talk. It's rambling aimlessly from the mind. All the same, any way you put it. It's about expressing what's in your mind and your heart and putting it out there to the world or whoever you want to reach out to. Peace. I'm out. Rambling aimlessly from the mind.